Hello and welcome to Driver's Seat. Are you in the position where you're looking for something fun for the weekend when the sun comes out? Or perhaps you're on public transport all week and are looking for a second entertaining car? Or just fed up of being in that van from Monday to Friday and want to let your hair down at the weekend? Well, what about the Caterham Seven? It's an often forgotten classic sports car and we're going to give it a test. The Caterham's available in 8 specifications ranging from the entry-level 160 through to the 620R. Prices start at £17,000 and go all the way up to £51,500. We're testing the entry-level 160, the classic. It's got a 660cc petrol engine under the bonnet that develops 80 brake horsepower and 79 pound-feet of torque. So admittedly, that doesn't sound a lot of power, but thanks to this weighing just 490 kilograms, it'll still get to 60 miles an hour in 6.9 seconds. That £17,000 asking price means this will arrive in a load of boxes and you'll have to put it together yourself. An extra £2,500 pays for a factory build and it will come ready to drive. Now this model comes with the S-Pack, which is around £3,000 and gives you luxuries such as doors, roof and a heater. If you want to see how to put the Caterham's roof up and take it down again, and then how to get in and out with the roof up, then click in the top right hand corner right now. To get in, undo the 2 pops on the doors, and then it's really down to your own sort of technique. I do one leg in and then just slide in, and you get all mod cons in here. There are lights, screen wash, hazards, steering wheel and a gear knob. But in all honesty, what else do you need? The heater system's down here and it's just a pull lever to be on or off. You can flash your lights, beep your horn, and there's this rather lovely little starter button in the middle. Keys are under here, so turn the ignition on and disable the immobilizer. But before we set off, there's a few things you're going to need. Sun cream, possibly gloves, a snug or scarf, and some sunglasses to make sure you look extra cool. So all the noise from under the bonnet and from the rear exhaust might surprise you that it's all from Suzuki. 2 in particular, the Cappuccino that graced our roads in the mid-90s and the Jimny that's now 18, 19 years old and still going. This has the engine, gearbox and rear axle from them, and you would never know. Just feels absolutely spot on. There certainly is enough power here to entertain, but it's not going to knock your teeth out, so it's really well judged. Max power arrives at 7,000 revs, which means you can really wring this thing's neck, with max torque at 3,500. That means all the time there's enough power just to bury your foot and go. Gear lever's short and stubby, and it's in your perfect position just to coddle it in the palm of your hand. The throw's then short, although it does feel a little treacly, really thick, gooey, trying to get it into gear. There's no mechanical click in there. It's just more of a motion and a trust that it's there. You will, however, find that 5th gear often gets a little bit bogged down and sends a bit of vibration through the cabin, but other than that, it's a really brilliant little package. The clutch is surprisingly light and easy to use. The pedals are all pretty tight together, so you'll want to think about your footwear before setting off. No builder's boots in here. There are no anti-lock brakes, so you just need to be aware of that. If you do hit the stoppers too hard, they will lock up. Surprisingly, the ride's comfortable. You expect this to be harder than nails, but it's not. You can go out for a relaxing jaunt through the countryside for your picnic and arrive pretty refreshed, not too shaken or stirred. This has a brilliant warning device if things are about to get bumpy. You can see those front wheels chattering away to one another like 2 old ladies sat having their hair done, chattering away. Suddenly one of them disappears. That means it's gone into a dip or a pothole, and that's your warning that things are about to become a little uncomfortable for a moment or two. It does handle absolutely brilliantly though. It sticks to the corner, and if you get the back end out, it's like a pull cord of a child's toy. It just pulls you back into that side of the road that you're meant to be on. It's very controllable. The steering's on the heavier side as it's not power assisted, but it's light enough to get on with very happily indeed. This tiny little steering wheel really makes you feel at the centre of things, and any input you do on that wheel, you can see the direct response to the wheels. This has got to be one of the best views in motoring as you look down the bonnet at the gills, the reflection in those twin headlamps, watching the world go by, blue sky, trees overhead. It's an absolutely magical experience. You certainly get to see another side of motoring. You see it in a new light, the rawness of driving, that ability of having complete control of the car. And to see the axle turning on the underside of a lorry, it's a new experience. One thing to note though, because you're so low and the front of the car's not got a lot of bodywork on it, people don't see you. So they will pull out in front of you on roundabouts and junctions, or just assume you're an old car and going to go very slow. With the windscreen being so low, you properly feel outside. In many modern cabriolets and convertibles now, because of the rollover protection, it comes right up here. Often feels more of a glorified sunroof than a proper drop top. This, you feel outside, you feel part of the elements. Yeah, there's part of what if something hits me, but life's too short. In here it's tight, there's no hiding away from that. Two people in here, you do feel a little bit sardined. The door has a nice curvature to it, so it gives you extra space. It's very clever, but everything else really is very cozy indeed. The seats are really supportive and again surprisingly comfortable. These little toggle switches for the lights, for your flash and for the indicators, but you have to remember to cancel it as they're not self-cancelling. In here with the roof up really adds to the drama of the Caterham. You feel small and quite old in here, really transported back in time. You notice how quickly it gets hot, but surprisingly visibility is really good. Despite the shallow screen and these plastic windows, I can see out really well, mainly thanks to the 3/4 window at the back, so I can see over my shoulder and reversing very clearly. Yes, you can buy more powerful, more exotic sports cars that will leave this for dust, but I guarantee none of those will give you the thrill of driving, that intimacy with the road that the Caterham can do. It's absolutely epic and will keep you smiling every time you look at the car and every time you drive it. Thanks for watching Driver's Seat. Remember to subscribe to the channel for free and let us know in the comments section below what you think of the Caterham.